Hello everyone, welcome to Scot Free, a Pod by Night production of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. We are here with our usual Dot, Bub and Mathas, and our super special guest, Drak. Hi.
Hi. Thanks for having me. Oh, I guess I'm above Dot. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm excited to play with all of you.
If you'd played in the main show, he'd be Drak of the Drak Pack. It would have been
That's true. That's true.
Oh, that's actually true. Yeah.
Missed opportunities.
People might have noticed that I'm starting the episode, and that's because I'm in the driving seat this time.
What have we done?
How does it feel, Mathas?
I feel so much more relaxed. Honestly, that's like, I'm good, baby. I don't have to worry about one character in one person who cares about one motivation. This is super nice. Are you kidding me?
Good. Well, I'm feeling the stress, so now I know how it feels,
crush it.
man.
You're a seasoned storyteller yourself.
Oh, come on. This isn't your first rodeo.
No,
This
it's
is gonna
not,
be easy
but
for you.
I'll be honest, every time, no matter how long you do it, it's always, a little bit of fun nerves. And I'm going to harness that energy to do horrible things to you all.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it, man.
Be kind. We're a real ragtag group, to be honest.
It's true.
Well, we're about to find out. This is, oh, God, yeah. So these characters, cannot wait for you to meet them all. So I guess in that case, is there anything before I start that we need to let people know about?
I mean, the usual, which is today's 2 episodes recording, but for our podcast folks, you'll only get one on Fridays, which means you're probably listening to this right now.
But they get all the music and sound effects.
Yeah, ooh. And we can announce what's up next. We will be kicking our main podcast back off, so the Drak Pack will return in November.
Yeah, baby. Do we want to announce the show name, or is it like a little?
I guess you can totally announce it. This will be first time, Matt.
Yeah. The new show title will be called Cracked Crown. So that'll be season 1 of Cracked Crown, but it'll be the crew from Stitch of Fate and their characters moving forward into a grander, more vampire political world.
Yay, politics.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I cannot wait.
There's going to be some serious stuff going down, but we'll give previews, of course, always to Patreon. And then don't forget, we've got some merch, which is also a great way to help us. And the new Sava art is going to get uploaded to go on a few items.
Oh, hell yeah.
So only Patreon has had a chance, a few of our high tier Patreon supporters have had a chance to see the new Sava art, but Sava will be coming to merch everywhere.
The art is so sick.
It really is.
He's a spooky man.
He's a very spooky man.
Well, in that case, it is time to set the scene, rein things in, and see what our Anarchs are up to. The heavy rain hits down upon the bonnet and windscreen of a heavy goods vehicle being driven through the quiet. Aside from the rain, nothing else. And we see illuminated by a ping on a little bleeper, a trucker by the name of Tim. And in this kind of weird greenish, interior of a van, what do we see? What's Tim look and what's his demeanor like at the moment?
He's got his hands at 10 and 2, as always, on the wheel as he's roaring down a quiet street, probably blasting some ZZ Top or something, some old dad rock through the windshields and windshield wipers that are washing away rain and the street light that filters in. You get glimpses of this man's face, who looks, among all things, average. If he was just a person in a crowd, he just would look like some 50-some-odd-year-old man who's been around for a while. He's a little bit overweight. He's got a bit of a gut. You can see his cheeks kind of hang down just around his chin. And as the camera maybe swings through the windshield, you see him take off a hat and dab off some sweat from his forehead. And he's giving away his giant bald head with that Captain Picard hair all the way around the back, but it's less kept and more free to do as it will, or whenever it was frozen in time. He puts the hat back on and he pulls up a beeper from his belt. You see some numbers scrawled by an orange screen and that black digital text. and he just kind of gives it a smirk and a nod before he shoves it back down in his pocket, and you can hear the truck roar up as he picks up speed.
You know what this bleeper is for? Special clients of yours only.
There's about
This
4
one-
or 5 who have this number for the beeper specifically, and these are the 4 or 5 people that, when they reach out, Tim will drop what he's doing and do a driving job for them. If there's one thing he's good at, it's being on the road.
This specific client is Bobby the Hurricane Weatherbottom, a notable anarch of Chicago. You get the kind of follow-up message to meet at a specific place and pick up a phone.
Kind of taking that in, he presses a button. You see that dim orange glow disappear, and he reaches out forward. You see him tune the dial on his radio a bit, jumps around between songs until eventually he gives up, and he actually pulls out a like an MP3 player, not a phone, but just like an MP3 player, and he takes an audio jack that's plugged to the bottom of it, and he plugs it into the truck itself, and he scrolls through a list of podcasts that is longer than it has any right to be. You see names of different kinds until eventually he settles on one, picks an episode, and it begins to play. And as it begins to play, it becomes very clear it's all about whatever wild cryptids are out in the Chicago area.
It's called like Cool Illuminati or something.
No, I don't think that's what it's called, actually. We'll learn what that podcast is called later, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you arrive at the spot. Clearly a ghoul hands off a phone to you, and it begins to ring.
As maybe I'm winding up the window and you know, rain is kind of dripping onto my pants or whatever, I look at the phone. Is there, like, what kind of phone are we looking at? Is it like a modern day phone?
This looks like it's been tampered with, like it's scratched up.
Okay. Is
But
there caller ID giving any information right out the gate?
Yeah, it says client
Okay.
as like a programmed in number.
Sure.
And it's, it's a smartphone.
I look around for a bit to see if there's anybody like around, but I won't answer the phone until I start driving. I'll drive first, maybe drive a block out. If that means I miss the call and they have to call back, so be it. I'll drive out a little bit before I'll then, press the button, answer the phone, and hold it up to my ear, but I don't say anything.
All right, it's your old friend here. I've got a few people for you to pick up. Probably know them. Get yourself an appropriate vehicle. This is a time-sensitive job. JR, Candy, and Akemba will give you locations. Pick them up as soon as you can. They'll know you're coming.
On that, you just, the camera just has this profile shot of Tim as he just pulls the phone down, looks at it without a word, just hangs up. And he expects, I'm assuming, text messages of their addresses.
Yep. Places come through.
Okay.
And,
What's the closest? Who's closest to me to pick up?
ooh, who is closest? Probably Akemba.
Then that's where I head, in Akemba's direction.
Right. What vehicle have you picked for this?
I just figured he was driving like a flatbed towing truck type deal, whereas like it's just like he could hoist a car up on there if we needed. It's empty. There's nothing back there. The truck itself, if we get a good look at it, most of the paint has been peeled away. It was at one point maybe green, but it's faded to a teal, and the paint underneath is a deeper orange, and you're not sure if it's rust or not from this distance. The rain makes it hard to tell, and it makes squeaks and bumps as it goes over divots and uneven areas of the road.
I feel like in the cabin there's just enough room for 4 people. It's going to be like
It'll be a tight
bit
space
of-
for 3,
Yeah.
but we'll figure it out.
Excellent. And that is when we swoosh across the streets and city lights to an abandoned warehouse where we hear pretty jovial like laughs from a bunch of people, and right at the center of the attention is Akemba. What are you doing here? What do you look like? Tell us about Ikemba.
Yeah, so in this warehouse, you can tell it's been long abandoned, but there's about a group of maybe 20 to 30 people, all adults, but with some men, some women, and they're all just in a circle with Ikemba and 2 others in the center. And Ikemba is a black man. He's kind of lanky. I'd say like there's not much muscle on him at all. He's very lanky. He's about 6 feet tall, and unlike everyone else, he's wearing fairly warm and dark colors. He's in like a white top with a very brightly colored top over it, unbuttoned so you can see everything, and he looks a lot like he's on vacation for some reason, but he's very much not. He's here, kind of sat on a chair, backwards with his head, like chin resting on their headrest of it, watching two people. I think it's arm wrestling. I think they're arm wrestling, and everyone's cheering them on. We'd gone through it's like a tournament. We've gone through a bunch of people already, and this, I think his name is probably like, I don't know, Gerard. He's been the reigning champion. No one's beaten him yet, and Gerard right now is facing off with Rebecca, who is like a mountain of a woman, and everyone's cheering on Rebecca because we love Gerard, but we don't want him to keep the title for forever. So we're all cheering on Rebecca, with me just kind of grinning, watching this all going down.
I probably would roll up my truck enough where the high beams are just hitting all 30 of them. And as you hear it kind of rolling to a stop, you hear the hydraulics release and that pff, as the truck sets and settles. And while you turn off the high beams, he'll keep the lights on and the engine running. And the front door will swing open before you see him take a stumbly step on the outside. But go ahead, that's all I want. I'm there. I'm definitely not the smoothest entrance.
No, I feel like your lights swinging across right into Gerard's eyes make him flinch for just a moment, and then Rebecca just takes that flinch and just boom, slams his fist right down on this crate, and you just hear him go ah, and it's like you watch his hand go bright red. Akemba.
Oh God, good. That was a good run. That's a good run, Gerard. But you can't win forever. Someone's bound to take the title from you. And let's clap Gerard on the back. Nice one, Rebecca.
That's not fair. No. Retry.
Come on. Don't be a sore loser. There's gonna be another one later on. But let Rebecca enjoy this win, okay? So if anyone was betting on Rebecca, you can go talk to Tom over there. He's gonna have the wins and be divvying them up. So I've got business to attend to apparently. Go on, get.
Oh yeah, like after everyone clears out a little bit, you look at your phone, you're like, oh, I've got messages.
You hear heavy footsteps as you'd look down and see just dirty steel-toed old boots kicking up whatever gravel. As I walk over to you, I kind of swoosh something in my mouth and I spit off to the side before squinting. Howdy, looking for an Akemba.
Ikemba, yeah, that's me. I'm guessing it has to do.
He gives you a finger waggle, and as he gets close enough to give you a handshake, you could see he's wearing a hat and a really rundown, dirty shirt. The hat itself says "Camel Towing" with a picture of a truck right in the center. And the shirt he's wearing is it's dirty and broken and ripped in many areas, but you can still make out that it says "My teacher was wrong. I do get paid to stare out the window."
Give me a quick sec. I have some messages to look through, and I'm going to look down at my phone.
Yeah, they're all just saying, expect a dude called Tim with a truck to turn up. You've got a job, and it's it's from Hurricane.
When you turn around, I have an Altoids tin out. You want one?
No, I'm good, thanks. You're Tim, right?
Yes, sir. And this is your lovely chariot waiting for you. If you would get inside now, we got places to go, a few other people to pick up, and a job to take care of.
Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, sure. Just give me a quick sec. Tom, you're in charge.
Okay, boss. From a crowd of people waving money around, I want my bet.
And then I'm gonna turn to Tim. Yeah, let's go.
He looks over your shoulder for a bit, almost longingly at the gambling circle, and then again you see him roll his tongue over his front teeth. And patting sweat off of his brow again, or where would be sweat, though he doesn't sweat because he's a vampire, almost reflexively, and makes his way to the truck. As you get in, there's already sound going, and as we begin to back out and roar, Tim just looks over to you and he's like, "What do you know about the Illinois Dog Man?"
Well, they're definitely I'm sorry, the Dogman, do you
Yeah.
like what, werewolves? Are we talking werewolves or
Oh, hell no. I don't talk about those fucking lupine shits. I'm talking about the dog man.
the Dogman?
The dog man that hunts the farmer's fields and maybe be sucking some blood out of some pigs nearby or something. We ain't figured it out yet, but I think you're gonna enjoy this. And he starts playing an episode of the podcast about the Illinois dog man.
We smoothly transition from the sound of a voice on a radio to man himself. JR, you are walking about the streets at this point?
Yeah, it's probably safe to say he's popped up on the corner like a glass windowsill, like probably at a tattoo parlor or something like that.
Okay. And you get a text message come through. You know it's from Hurricane. You know you got a job to do.
Right. Well, I send my directions, or at least the street corner that I'm at, and I await my ride.
Your ride arrives, loudly and in style.
Was this what I was informed would be picking me up?
Not exactly. I think truck was the word given to you.
Okay. All right. Well, when you see JR, JR is about 5'10", 190 pounds, disheveled, fairly unkempt, but clean with like low maintenance grooming, button-up shirt that's sort of poorly tucked in, blue jeans, running shoes. He's got a cigarette tucked between his index and his middle finger that he's just slowly nursing. He's got like a side bag that is just like propped up over shoulder, and he has one like earbud in that's going into that bag. He seems to be listening to something. He doesn't take note of the vehicle that pulls up. He is waiting on a truck, but he figures someone's going to signal him.
I pat you, Akemba, on the shoulders, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, take your time.
I should note that when Tim steps out, it becomes clear he's like 5'1", and he's a very short individual. And he walks over to the general sidewalk. So I'm sure there's some people wandering by, but he simply says, "I'm here looking for a JR, a JR."
Pull the earbud out. Yeah. What's up?
Your luxury vehicle has arrived. Please give me 5 stars on the app.
Tim, you recognize the voice.
Yeah. There's a moment where you see like, I look confused for a minute, but I just kind of point back to the truck.
We really taken the truck. It's not real low profile.
A tow truck in a city ain't low profile.
I mean, I guess it's fair. What a way to blend in, I suppose.
That's what I'm talking about. Get inside.
Wait, where are you from?
Well, I left Tennessee at the age of 10. Lived in Texas for a few months. Moved out to Alabama. Back to Tennessee for a few years with my pappy. He stole me from Mama. And then Mama came back and stole me back. But then we went over down to New Mexico.
honks on the horn.
And he kind of jumps for a minute. We can talk about it while I drive. We got somebody already waiting. We got to go pick up one other.
And your voice is it's really familiar. I'm trying to place it.
I was gonna say the same exact damn thing about you. Maybe we figure it out. I think we got one more to pick up. Name's Candy.
Pauses for a minute. Okay. And he'll grab his bag, throw the earbud back in, and hop in the vehicle.
As you pop in, you step in halfway through one of your very own episodes, the one about the Illinois Dogman.
That's good listening. That's good listening right there. That's regular show you listen to.
He takes a moment, and like as you speak over, he reaches forward and quickly turns the volume dial down. You can hear it like that clicking of that old tuner. And he turns around in bewilderment. He takes off his hat, showing his bald head once again. And he's like, "I knew that goddamn voice was familiar. Oh, you are one of my go-to listens. You gotta understand. I was actually having Akemba here listen to the Dogman episode because I'm telling you, I've seen a Dogman, not just out here, out in Florida. Could have been a Gator Man, though. I'm not entirely sure. Out in Texas, they got a Goat Man, but I think I saw a Dogman out there. The way he was hunched over, he wasn't as big as what you would think another one would be. You are... I've called in a few times as well.
You called in about the Jersey Devil.
I've called you about the Jersey Devil. I've talked to you about the demon of Doberman, Dover demon.
Hey, do you need a room? Should I be here for this? It's fine. I can.
If you want some top tier entertainment that's gonna last you a good long time, his show.
You're Akemba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about you. I heard your name on the streets a few times.
From who, by any chance? Do you have their name, address?
Hey, you know the Kindred life, right? We talk, we get around, we learn some things. You a bit of a shit starter. That's what I've been told.
I've been called that, yes. I just think I just enjoy humanity.
Sure. Then you enjoy away. I'll just start calling you ladle as you stir that pot. That's totally fine. Tim, you keep good company, or at least interesting company. And keep listening to Candlelight Cast. I appreciate it.
Yeah. We're gonna let this ad play through. Actually, it's just for you. All right. You hear him throw it from parking into drive. The truck lurches as it releases, and you hear the engine roar up as we start moving down the road to pick up our final member.
Probably the closest to the center of the city in Chicago. Candy, you doing a little bit of shopping by any chance?
Like, where else would I be?
I think you're at the checkout with just like a bundle of stuff, right?
Yeah, a giant basket full of like makeup and perfume and nylon pantyhose and a plethora of just like things you might cram into a Prada handbag. Candy will check out, hand over a Visa Black, her most powerful weapon, and pay for it, obviously no problem, and really rakes it directly into the purse that she has like on her wrist, which is obviously designer and matches her shoes, and closes it up before, you know, a bag or anything is necessary. She wouldn't dare carry a plastic bag.
Oh yeah, the teller like starts to get out a plastic bag, looks at you, gets out the paper one, like with the fancy stuff on the side.
You don't actually expect me to walk around with a Walgreens bag, do you?
Sorry, ma'am. And then when you hand over the black card, it's just like, do I check this? No, just put it through. Like,
is there a problem?
No, ma'am. You will have all your stuff as soon as possible.
Okay, I'm still waiting.
I have to fold it first.
Don't bother. She just kind of rakes it right into the handbag, because it'll get it. She has reasons, her own reasons, as she probably like flips blonde hair, takes the Visa Black back, and slips it into her matching bag.
You get. Is your phone something like obnoxiously bleepy?
Oh, for sure. It's probably smaller because adorable. And it has like charms hanging from it, and
yeah, you get several text messages in a row from who you know is like the bigwig vampire, like calls himself Hurricane. Don't know what that's about, but like you've got a job.
Yeah, I probably have him in as like something cute, not Hurricane, but it's like maybe it says like Hurricane or something ridiculous like that, and it has like an emote at the end of it, probably the bat to let me know that he's connected in some way. And you see like long pink fingernails, like click 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 on it to respond if a response is necessary.
Yeah, it's basically all the information you need. You're getting picked up. 3 other people, their names. It'll happen soon. You got a job. And then not long after that, a huge ugly truck arrives right outside for you.
Yeah, I imagine I step right outside of whatever this drugstore is, and this truck pulls up. I let out like a really big sigh and look around to make sure like nobody can see me getting in.
There's quite a few people in here that absolutely will see you get in.
Are they important people?
Might just be plebs.
Okay, perfect. That's probably, she thinks through it. She looks at everybody's shoes to negate where they are in the like social scale of the city, and decides that nobody around here is as important as she is, and says, fine. And she kind of hikes up this like tight denim skirt to try to get in, pink Prada boots, the whole 9 yards.
As you're like walking over to the truck, and you even like look in, Tim doesn't even look up. He's like looking at his beeper waiting. And as the door opens and Candy's like trying to step in, Tim just goes, oh yeah, I'm still on duty, ma'am. If you want to meet up, the rest stop maybe an hour outside after tonight. I could use the company.
Okay, like I don't understand anything you just said, but I'm supposed to get picked up. And I like show my tiny pink phone.
Oh God.
I reach forward and like, do you let me, I grab the phone and look and bring it to me and like look at it, and what does it say like?
Can't you like read or?
I look at the phone and I realize it's you. Like, this shit can get you in a lot of trouble, you know.
Yeah, I know. Like, one time my bill was so high, Daddy took my card.
My car, my rules. I crushed the phone in my hand.
It's okay, I've got another one. And then I like look down the seat to see who's in the car, and Candy lets out a large gasp as she says, OMG!
Hi, Candy.
JR?
Oh, all of you are acquainted. Okay, I see.
Oh, we are acquainted.
Wait, are you on this?
Why wouldn't I be? I am a valuable member of this Kindred society.
Oh, fuck. All right, that kind of job. Okay.
What kind of job? Like, I didn't get any details. There were no folders or anything, so I assumed there was not homework.
We don't actually know what job. Nice to meet you. I'm Ikemba.
I am Candy. She puts out kind of a very limp hand with a large diamond or 4 on it.
Ikemba takes and kisses the ring.
A real gentleman. Now, this is something new. And she'll use that as an excuse to have some help getting into this truck.
As you're being helped up, Tim's just like, Matt, not to be rude or anything, but who exactly is your daddy? Vampire?
Oh, my daddy. No, I don't have a vampire daddy. He's just a normal daddy.
Right.
You don't have a daddy? Are you an orphan? Oh, I'm sorry.
I am, for the first time, I'm at a loss of words.
I do that to people a lot. It's okay.
And that is when the phone that you were given by the ghoul starts to ring again.
I actually am probably like, staring at Candy, and the vibrating is like eventually becomes audible that you can hear it vibrating. I'm like, I apologize. I pull the phone out of my pocket, answer it, and just put it up to my ear.
Hello, you got everyone together?
I believe so. Candy, is she a necessary part of all of this?
Oh, she's integral. Don't worry about it.
All right, hang on a moment, just 1 minute. I press a button. All right, you're on speaker.
Oh, brilliant. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I feel like you're my angels tonight. Okay, so this job, probably best to get driving. You want to go southbound, Tim?
You can hear over the phone the engine probably muffled in the background starting as we begin to drive.
As you all know, called you here for this job. It only came up on my board about an hour ago, but you seem like the perfect fits for it. See, there's been a Masquerade breach that we intend on taking full advantage of. There's this lad that I need you to go and grab. His name's Scott Freeman.
Is this just like a general pickup? Does he need help? Is that why there's 4 of us?
Well, yes. He's got himself in a right pickle. He's got himself picked up by the FBI.
Who is that?
You want us tiptoeing in the property of the Inquisition, you fucking nutbag.
Oh, for sure. That's why I picked you. Thought you'd be perfect.
And then I'm still left with the ever-wandering question of why the fuck Candy is in this goddamn truck.
Because I'm very clearly the nicest of us all, and sometimes you just have to ask for what you need.
Look, man, you already know that we're all on a list. This isn't exactly gonna fly. This lot here.
Hey. Speak for yourself, by the way. No, all of you might be on the list. I'm very much
Okay,
not.
but definitely, you're on a list. I've seen some of that list, and your name's near the top.
Well, when I was in school, I made everybody's top 5 list, so.
Okay. Well, yes, as you can tell, Candy is invaluable to this. And for sure, if you don't know, she has special abilities. She'll blend in way easier than any of you lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're creepier than her. She's got a je ne sais quoi.
I don't actually know what that means. It's probably Spanish or something, but I think what you're saying is I'm super cute.
I think I met your mother one time.
Really?
I think so. You just look so goddamn familiar.
Okay.
So, as you can tell, this is of the utmost importance because you have to tiptoe. You do not want yourself ending up on a list of known kindred by the SAD. These are bad, these are very bad people. These are the people that have been setting up their own part of the FBI for the last 30, 40 years, and they know more than they definitely should do. So, like I say, tread carefully. But make sure you get Scott. He stays in their hands, the whole thing's gone to pot. He's Kindred, and he knows a lot of very valuable things that we can take advantage of.
And I imagine it much like other Kindred opportunities, and what he knows will be none of our purview.
Look, if he's so valuable, how to get his ass caught?
Well, story as I heard it was he needs to get out of New York fast. Things have gone to shit there, and, well, he hopped on a bus.
Ew.
Oh, brilliant.
Public really didn't like that, and I'm not sure what he did, but he got folks real scared. Then the bus crashed. He must have, sometime between leaving New York and arriving near here, pinged on the FBI's systems.
Plot thickens like molasses. All right. Well, you have a location? Is there a point of view that we can possibly scope this cat?
Is he handsome? Like, how do we know it's like him?
He's a white dude in his mid-20s, short-cropped brown hair, wears round, kind of tortoise-shell glasses, blue eyes, and, suit.
So he's basic.
Yeah.
I'd take offense to that.
You take offense to everything. Anyways, okay.
Okay.
So what do we get out of this?
Well, normal job. You can ask for anything from the Anarch organization. We've got plenty going on around New York, Chicago. So, yeah, it's a favor you got.
Oh, I like favors. Okay, yeah, I'm in.
Do these favors, are they gonna follow me from city to city?
If there's an Anarch in contact with me, I can back you up. Sound good?
What's to say, like, whatever happened on the bus, like, doesn't happen once we pick him up?
That's what you gotta find out.
Hey, what do we know about this SAD group?
Hell yeah. So the SAD, I don't know which group is on it. They got several offices, they got several task forces. And what my job for the last few years has been is digging into their stuff. I do know they are prepared. They will have countermeasures to certain abilities. And, yeah, they're not going to be taken unprepared.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of bullshit for Inquisition. That's what I'm
Their
hearing.
MO is they work in small teams. So I thought, you lot having such excellent chemistry would be perfect.
Fucking weather bottom, brown nosing asshole. Of course.
Any more questions?
If things, like, go bad.
This could go real fucking bad.
If we have to, should we kill Scott?
I really want him alive. Like, you can question him first, then kill him? But I need answers. That's the whole reason we're doing this.
What kind of questions
He
you
needs
need
to be alive as long as possible.
if we can question him, then kill him? What sort of questions should we be asking?
I need to know what went down in New York, why he left, and also anything he knows about it. Because we've got an operation up there that's going to take advantage of this chaos.
And so I'm guessing, like, our chauffeur Tim knows where he's going?
Tim just goes, I don't know what that word means.
I'll send across the location. It's a diner nearby crash site.
And we're taking this truck?
Is there a problem with that, Miss Candy?
Do you want my honest answer, or would you prefer something that is a bit more like, a kind?
I'm really seeing the chemistry hurricane.
So, like, if we take the truck or whatever, I just feel like we're gonna stand out, like, a little bit, because nobody just rolls up in a, what is this, like a flatbed?
No, this is perfect, actually. When we roll up and you step out, it'll just seem like normal.
Yeah,
At this diner, yeah, I think you're right.
that's why I'm saying, doesn't she looks so goddamn familiar.
I get that a lot. So, like, is this the part where we, like, roll out or whatever?
I hope so.
Okay, like, bye.
You reach over and press the button to just cut off Hurricane entirely.
I find myself in a unique situation where I'm not entirely sure what to say.
Like, OMG, it's me, Candy, and I'm, like, here to tell you you can go to dieharddice.com and get some of those math rocks that everyone's like so hype about. If you use the code DRACPACK, they'll give you like a discount or whatever. And like Pod by Night gets some of that cash because not everyone has Daddy's Visa Black.
I've never dealt with anybody like you my whole life for more than an hour.
Tim, an hour.
Listen, I can go as long as I need. I ain't exactly alive no more.
Hey, shit, it's fair. It's fair. I forget the company I keep.
He just gives you a smile, and as he gives like his first toothy smile, he's missing like at least 20% of his teeth.
Okay, I'm really confused right now about what we're talking about, but if it's the mission, I'd really like for you to speak plain English.
Are you carrying like you still have your huge bag with you?
Duh.
Haven't quite cut that retail therapy then, huh?
Some people call it therapy. I call it necessary.
It sounds like byproducts of a lifestyle obsession to me.
Well, I consider it really like super important when it tends to save my ass on the riggedy reg. So,
I lean over to Akemba. Clearly there's no privacy in this truck, so my low voice is likely gonna be heard. You think they just fucked or dated? I can't fucking figure it out.
I can't tell either. It's honestly just great to watch. I think at some point they're going to fuck, maybe?
Honestly, if I was to picture them with somebody, it'd be pretty much each other.
Is your dad important?
to me, yeah. To others most of the time.
What's their name? I feel like I've seen you before. Maybe not the same way Tim or JR has, but I feel like I've seen...
Well, there's a couple
You.
ways you could have seen like me. When I was in school, I was state cheerleading champ. And I did also win Illinois state pageant at a state level. So.
Oh, what year? I might have been there at one of these things. I had my truck there, and I was doing one of them banner sales where I had a bunch of flags and T-shirts up there. You make pretty good fucking money at those things. My daughter
well, they
is
put my
number
face
one.
on
That's
a
good
T-shirt, so we're kind of like the same.
You familiar with the Luciano family?
Oh, yes, I am.
Then you probably know Candy. It's Candy Luciano. That's who Daddy is. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful.
Oh, no. My daddy is not Candy Luciano.
No.
But he is a Luciano.
Yeah, no, I've dealt with your family before.
Hilariously, so have I. Your father in particular did a job for him once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man doesn't like to pay, does he?
I don't know anything about his books. I just spend his money.
No, he pays. Just mostly not his people.
Yeah, man, your dad owes me quite a hefty sum of cash.
Well, like, what do you want me to do about it? I don't carry cash, it's dirty.
I kind of shrug and I look around. I'm like, oh, well, this job is important, but seems like we have somebody of more importance in the truck.
Well, you know what? When it's all said and done and we take Scott to the diner, we can go back to my place. I mean, Daddy's house.
I'm good. I'm not barking up that tree. Not again.
I would love to see your father again.
I'll be happy for that. That sounds good to me. I caused a little bit of trouble for your dad, and I think it'd be fun to reunite.
Oh, Daddy's always in trouble, but that's why he has the best lawyers.
I still find it fascinating you leave me at a loss for words just by talking.
Thank you.
And as the cityscape thins out a little bit, we go to South Chicago. You've been given the location of a place called Cal's Cafe, a diner on the side of the road, like right next to a highway. So like people come off as a truck stop and have like a rest on their route into or out of Chicago. And you pull up into the parking lot, and immediately you can see at the far end, nearest the road, is a smashed up, like huge interstate bus. And then inside, there's a few people that all look like they are recovering from a shock.
So the bus looks like it was like recently wrecked up kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. Like it looks wrapped around a tree.
Oh, this was the,
Like the front
this
end
is,
is-
okay, my apologies. Right. This is,
This is the bus that Scott crashed.
mm-hmm.
This is the site of the Masquerade breach.
Did they expect us to clean up the Masquerade breach or just find Scott and get out?
Just find Scott.
Let me check.
Probably a bit late for the Masquerade breach itself.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they wanted any of that.
JR, I need you to do a wits awareness test.
You got it. 4 successes.
Okay.
Wow.
4 successes. You get that familiar tingle up the back of your spine, like eyes are on you. This is something that you're very used to, and your paranoia spikes a little bit as you see a car that matches the exact kind that undercover FBI agents use.
He kind of looks to the rest of the group. Are we near the diner? Are we inside the diner? Where are we at?
I imagine that at this moment you've like parked at the edge of the lot, and there's a bunch of cars between you and the diner itself, and you are just leaving the truck.
We should probably get inside or stay inside the truck. This place is crawling. Okay, there's eyes everywhere. All right.
Well,
I'm not
yeah,
sure if this is
duh.
some sort of like shadowy government thing, but that car over there, right there, that fucking car right there, definitely some goons in there. Okay. I'm not sure if they're like, it could be FBI, it could be shape-shifting lizard people. I don't fucking know at this point, but I just know that it's not
Hey,
safe where
stop
we're
pointing. Do you want to stop
I
pointing?
mean, like,
at. Lizard people weird to you?
Lizard people.
Is that
Okay.
like you said that so dismissively.
Just act natural. You know, we just walk in casual. They won't do anything. There's too many people around. It's
yeah,
fine.
we've had this conversation. There is no such thing as lizard people.
Sure. No such thing as lizard people. We live in a world where people actually praise Santa Claus in the sky. They call him God, and we didn't think there were vampires either, but here we are, sucking blood out at night.
Oh, JR, Santa's not real.
Oh my God, Candy, please never change. I can always rely on that much. Either way, there's a bunch of fucking snakes in the grass, and I think if we're going to make our move, we should get inside soon.
I'm scared of snakes.
And Scott is supposed to be where? Inside the diner?
Scott is, I think, was here. The impression you got from Hurricane is that he was here, and you've got to figure out where he went.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so I've had an idea. So one of the things that I'm like really good at is talking to goons, because Daddy has like a lot of them. And is there anything more distracting than a blonde in pink? I don't think so. So I think what I ought to do is go over and have a chat with them, and then like all of you can, investigate and see if you can like figure out where he went without them like seeing you, you know?
My only question and primary concern with that particular individual plan would be, do you not think that the FBI might have a picture of what your face might look like if your daddy's involved in what I think he's involved in?
Oh, I imagine like so. But what are they gonna do?
Don't worry, I'll help out. I'm pretty good. No one has my picture, is the best way to put it. I'm pretty good with keeping my identity secret.
I mean, I'm just saying, if they're really these like sad agents or like whatever you were talking about, like they're probably looking for all of you. I tend to live a pretty like, daylight kind of lifestyle, so I'm still just Candy.
So you're one of them half-breeds that ain't liked too much by...
I don't like that term. It's kind of dismissive. So you can call me Candy. I too had the same kind of like, except I don't really have the teeth. They kind of came in small, but they're cute. And, nothing like a little suntan lotion, and it's fine. I don't know what are all bitching about, like sunlight.
I think it's incredible. You're more human than any of us. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Oh, like, thanks, yeah. I decided to use my second life for animal rights.
Animal rights. So you work for a charity? What?
Oh, no, that's my cousin.
Your cousin's name is Charity, or?
I'm getting confused.
We should get going. I'm gonna put our arm around Candy.
So I think that's a phenomenal plan. Best of luck to you, Candy. Once you're talking to him, one of us should go make a move and maybe talk to some of the injured and see what's going on.
Candy, Ikemba, you get out and you approach the car that JR pointed to?
I like get out and realize that a blonde woman just walking up to a scary car is like never a good idea. So instead I get out and I say, okay, just like follow my lead, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I want to make sure I get out so they don't see me get out of this disgusting truck, because that will totes blow my cover.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So I scooch booch ass, to chest across all the way, Tim included. Okay, excuse me, pardon me.
Like I'm gonna get arrested.
Okay. I get out Tim's side, so I'm not like quite seen, and then I want to kind of like make my way normally, not scary Kindred in the shadows, over to the rest of the people, and then I'm gonna scream.
So, to be clear, the people are all inside the diner.
There's like nobody outside.
Yeah, sure. There's like 1 or 2 people outside having a cigarette break.
Okay, so like I go close to the diner, to where the people are, and I start like frantically looking around, and then I start crying.
The person with a cigarette in their mouth just kind of spits out and says, "Whoa, you okay?"
No, like I've lost my dog.
Your dog?
Yeah, he was like here, and then he's like not here.
Well, what did it look like?
It's small. It has a tail, and it's so cute. His name is Oscar.
Oscar, got it. Anyone seen a dog? Just looking around.
And then we have to find my dog, and I like dramatically like push him and like run over to this car, and I like put my hands on the hood and I start crying, and I'm like, oh my god, have you seen my dog? And I start banging on their window.
Oh yeah, at this point, as you come over, the person in the car gets out and is looking at you very intensely.
Oh my god.
And she is like about the same height as you, like ponytail, and like looks a little skittish overall, and is just like comes out with a bundle of files. It's just like, what happened, miss?
I lost my dog.
Your dog?
Yeah.
Is it, would you be able to describe it as bite size?
Yeah, that's exactly how I describe it.
Shit, they might be. Okay, where was it you last saw it?
I don't know, it was like in the diner, like ordering some coffee, and then it just like, I looked down and it was just like not there.
Okay.
Do you think something happened to it? Is it like, oh no, do you think I got cut under the butt?
Would you like to do a charisma performance roll?
Sure. Absolutely. I will.
Just while this whole scene is going on, Tim will turn to JR, like, are you like a big fan of hers? Loyalties? I'm just saying, when opportunity presents itself, it's not necessarily a bad idea to take advantage of such things.
I don't. You want to bark up the tree? Then bark up the tree. That's fine. Just know that her dad's not a kind guy, and she plays cute, but she. I think a lot of it's a show, to be honest.
He kind of just like waves his hand, half smirking. Is like, oh, come on now. I would never kidnap a girl for money for their parents. I would never do that.
Be the worst family to take from. I can assure you that. We've got history. I don't even think I'd be okay with that.
The two of you.
No, of course. You couldn't tell, could you? Not at all by the words you shared with Akemba back there. It's not. I'm a fucking vampire. Okay, I could hear the things you were saying.
Well, I was just, I was thinking. You've talked about a few of your parlays over the years, and I'm just trying to figure out which one of the episodes was the one that you were talking about Candy.
There may have been some lean-in-twos with the Mothman, okay?
Oh, God, I had that on my mental list. I knew it. She just fit the bill.
Some fires burn bright.
Yes, what you said. You said it was like a firecracker speeding to the sky and then done in an instant.
God damn, you got a good memory. Yeah, no, it was fast. And maybe I got some regrets. All right, I did some things. You meet people, and some things just seem too right? And I'm not gonna fucking sit here and pretend like I wasn't a little worried. Look, when something too good walks in your life, you get a little concerned, right? You get concerned. I got concerned. Try to do a little digging, and honestly, I think it's miscommunication. Just fuck the whole thing up.
You saying she's the one that got away from you?
Listen, you're reading a little hard. Don't go too far between the lines, okay?
I'm just trying to.
All right, just keep listening to Candlelight Cast.
I am listening,
all right?
but you talk.
All
you
right.
are such a man of vague words. You always imply, and I have to think. And then when I think, you're telling me I think too hard. I don't understand. You implore us as your listeners to think. I'm thinking. that maybe she's the one for you.
At this point, you hear her like shrill cries outside, and you realize that she's got the attention of the FBI agent.
What a capable woman.
I'm sobbing and just like barely holding myself up and flinging myself everywhere to go. And now, like, I've lost my boyfriend. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna faint. Can I roll a subterfuge for a lie instead?
Yeah, go on then.
I rolled a 2.
You see panic in this agent's eyes. She starts looking around, puts a very firm hand on the back of your, just between your shoulder blades, and starts moving you inside the diner. And she kind of keeps a low voice, like, "Miss, I think I need to know everything. There's something very wrong here. You stay inside. I'll come in with you. We'll find your dog. We'll find your boyfriend."
My dog. And then I limp noodle faint. Just.
As you go down, she's like panics and grabs you by the scruff of the neck and tries to hold you up.
I probably make a strange noise as they do. Hopefully, Akemba took the boyfriend line that I said very loud as a cue as I kind of go down on the concrete.
I think Ikemba he's been outside of the truck. He's gonna go with Candy, and then Candy kind of rushes to the screen. So it kind of just like hangs back a bit, like behind the truck, and just watches it all. He's kind of smiling, like just the biggest grin across his face. Seems so amused right now. And then at the boyfriend comment, he's gonna just very suddenly, like, the smile disappears, and he rushes on over to Candy. Just goes, babe. Oh, thank you so much. And I turn to the FBI agent. Thank you so much. Are you going to be helping us find the dog? We've been looking everywhere. I think I saw it down that way. And I'm going to point, like, just down the like an alley or something like that away from the diner. I think something was chasing it, but I just heard them yipping and running.
You're going to need to make a subterfuge roll, because there is a slight problem with your story.
Interesting. Okay, then. 3.
3. She looks confused for a moment. She looks at the diner, and then looks down the road, and then puts a very, convincing hand out. Just go, "Okay, sir, if you're the boyfriend, I will find the dog. I think there's something very wrong here. So you take her inside the diner, keep her safe.
Oh, my dog."
Ask the waitress to lock the doors. I'll knock. My name is Agent Pasternak, and she takes out a shield and shares it with you.
My dog's name is Puddles.
Okay, I'll go find Puddles. And she takes out a gun and stalks off down the road.
I continue to play. I imagine as Akemba maybe helps me up, and I stumble into the diner, trying to draw attention so that maybe the two in the truck recognize that there aren't eyes on them.
No eyes at this point. Everyone has kind of, like, aside from the smokers outside, it's just you.
I look to JR
agent.
then and be like, "You got the silky chocolatey velvet voice. You go do the talking. I'll keep the car running."
Yeah, helps you up.
All right. I guess I don't have a fucking choice here.
Attaboy. And I just kind of pat you on the back.
Okay. JR will slide out of this metaphorical shaggin' wagon and move nervously. There's definitely a fear, a trepidation in his step, as he is just sort of letting his eyes guide him in such a way that whatever jumps first, he's paranoid. You know this. So what's kind of the first to happen here for me, Josh?
I think you go inside with everyone else. Like, in the lot, there's not a lot happening. So you can see, once you arrive inside, like, some people that are still looking pretty shaken, and all just kind of sat in their booths, nursing coffees and things like that.
Okay. Can I potentially? I'm assuming that everybody is sitting in a booth or at the diner front with a drink in front of them.
Yeah.
Can I look to see if there is any male attendees here that seem to have a drink in front of them, that is still filled to the rim?
I mean, it's probably been a while, so there's no one that's got a full to the brim coffee or any drink.
Okay.
Are you intending on like sussing out a kindred here?
I'm trying to, yes.
Let's do another wits awareness.
3 successes.
3 successes. Your little coffee game unfortunately provides no answers, but looking around at all these people, the vibes they give off, the only predator you saw here was Agent Pasternak, or the agent in the car. Now, you are feeling much calmer in these people's presence. They are not paying any attention to you.
Was there only that one person in that car?
There was.
Just then, for your sake, I'll pop out of the truck and I'll leisurely make my way over to the car and check if the doors are unlocked.
Ooh, they are.
I will quietly slide into the front seat and start going through shit. Just grabbing what I can, and before going, I'll probably rip the wires out underneath and just make sure the car can't go.
Ooh, okay. I think that sounds like just because you're doing 2 things here at once, the investigation won't be very difficult because this is their working car, so it's definitely going to be stuff in here. You will need like a craft and intelligence or something like that.
Could I argue intelligence drive?
Intelligence drive would work.
2.
2?
2 successes.
Yeah, you find a couple of files that didn't make it out with the agent.
I just don't bother like looking too much. I just quickly fold them into like 4s and shove them in whatever available jean pockets I have before going and trying to disabling the car.
Okay, yeah.
Which is 3 successes for disabling the car.
3 successes for disabling the car. So I think as that is I would say a relatively difficult task, 3 is enough for you to, tear out some stuff that will slow them down and definitely give you enough time to be away, but it won't keep them here.
And then, I'll swing out the front door. I don't want to be in this car for maybe more than 5 minutes total.
Yeah, exactly.
As I'm out making my way out of the car and heading back to the truck, as I walk by its back wheel, I fucking just reach down and just like rip the tire open. Just one.
Yeah, you get out, you're like,
yeah,
flick
I got
knife.
a knife or something. I usually carry like a knife, and I'll just kind of walk by and just like pop a tire and just then slide the knife back in and hop back in my truck that's still running and wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to peer around here if I can inside the diner and find someone who probably looks the most composed from the accident and approach them if I can.
Yeah, it's a young woman on her own. She's taken to a corner and is like looking out at everyone else as opposed to concentrating on calming herself down. And she looks at you and gives a smile as you walk over.
Sure, I'll kind of motion my hand to see if the seat is available.
Yeah. Were you in the crash?
No, not like that at all. Actually, I was passing by. I hope I'm not bothering you. I run a podcast actually, and I was hoping to get some details on it. I'm branching out. I do a lot of weird stuff like cryptid things. I run this it's called Candlelight Cast, and
okay.
And it just seems a little odd, don't you think? Like what happened here? There's just something just doesn't feel right. Kind of break out my little Tascam 4-track recorder here. It's a digital audio recorder, and I just record and set it down on the table.
Ooh, that sounds like a charisma persuasion. See how open she is.
Okay, can I rouse the blood for this?
Absolutely.
4 successes.
Ooh, you are the epitome of journalistic integrity here. And as soon as you say there's something strange, you see a few dots connect in her head. She's looking up, and she comes back to you. There was something. So, this guy, he gets on like last minute.
Mm-hmm.
He's real quiet at the back for most of the ride, right?
Sure.
Then, driver says something about changing direction. This guy gets real jumpy. Yeah, comes to the front of the bus, starts talking to the driver. They get like a little bit angry with each other, but then suddenly he just kind of tells the driver where to go and what to do. The driver suddenly agrees out of nowhere.
Weird.
Dude at the front of the bus gets up, says, "Hey, I don't want that. What's going on?" Guy turns around, tells him to sit down, and he does it.
Okay.
Out of nowhere. Then, we're getting close to this point, right? Dude does a conversation on his phone and runs back up to the thing, tells the driver again, we're going somewhere different. And then, I don't know what happens to the driver, but like, he starts to lose it. And we swerve this way, that way. Everyone gets, thrown out of their seat. We wrap around a tree. Then we're stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to make of it. Like, they came and an ambulance came, but like, didn't take the driver. The driver's sat over there, and you see someone with like a huge gash in his forehead, like barely stood up. They took away this dude in the ambulance.
Really?
And he was not moving. Some people came in, the ambulance people grabbed him, took him.
Okay. All right. Did it look violent?
I didn't see most of it, but there was like 2 seconds of shouting.
2 seconds of shouting. Okay. And they didn't take anybody else?
No, and they got here real fast as well.
You sure it was an ambulance?
I think it was a big van with like the red and yellow. You know how they got the emergency like.
Yeah.
I assumed it was an ambulance.
That sort of fits. That sort of fits. And you didn't get anything else about this guy. Could you tell me what he looked like?
It's like, you know what the word basic means?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I'm intimately familiar with it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Like, got a suit, brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really get like features. He was like.
Sure. Just your everyday, average, efficient guy, right?
Yeah, I guess efficient is a weird way of saying it, but it makes sense.
So weird. Okay. All right. Do you mind if I use this on my podcast?
Sure. My name's Penny, if you want to give credit.
Hey, thanks, Penny. I appreciate that.
Where's your podcast? Is it like
Candlelight Cast?
On the App Store?
Candlelight Cast.
Candlelight.
It's on. You can check Libsyn. It's Podbean. It's everywhere.
Okay. She goes through her phone and starts like looking for your podcast.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you, Penny. You've been tremendously helpful. Where was the guy that he was talking to? The one that stood up and tried to, you said, not quite accost him, but he wasn't very happy with it.
I was like near the middle. I didn't see who it was. I think maybe that guy.
Was the guy with the gash on his head?
The guy with the gash on his head is the driver, and then.
Oh, all right. Okay,
yeah.
Sure. I'm gonna go see what I can get from the driver real fast. Hey! Were you the driver of the bus?
Yeah. I drive a bus. Things are kind of wobbly since I talked to a guy. I think we crashed. Did we crash?
You definitely crashed.
Shit! I'm gonna get fired.
Okay. All right.
He's completely.
Was there anything weird? Anything that you can recall being weird?
It was a weird ride. I got a call from station, and then they were like, change of route, and then things get fuzzy. Do you have like an aspirin?
No, but I can get the lady behind the diner to get you an aspirin. Do you know why they changed the route? Did they say why?
Nah.
You normally get a change of route in the middle of your route?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Well, you've been tremendous help. I'll ping. Hey, can we get this guy some aspirin? He's bumped his noggin pretty hard.
Thank you. Just goes back to cradling his face.
I'll gather my things, kind of put the recorder back in the bag and be on my way out.
Yeah. I think Akemba, Candy, you see JR like doing this interview, and looks like, from the look in his eye, he's found something.
I don't mean to like startle you or anything, because I was definitely trying to whisper, but I was too quiet for everybody to hear me. So like, I think JR found something.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So like, we should get out of here, right? Like ditch.
Yes. That agent Pasquion, they're probably going to be back pretty soon. The whole dog thing, that wasn't like a real thing, right? You didn't actually have a dog who's Puddles, Oscar?
I like do have a dog, and I open up my bag, and there's a small dog in the bag. Shh, don't tell anybody, or it'll like ruin the surprise.
Yes, we should get going.
Yes, oh my god, I gotta go find my dog. I'm gonna like push through people.
People give you real weird looks.
Mascara's like running.
I just grab a drink out of someone's hand and goes, I'm sorry, it's my girlfriend's favorite. And then I just dip out the diner.
I like, and I kind of like run out, hopefully into the darkness where nobody sees it. I head back to this god-awful truck.
Yeah, it's like there's no floodlights out here. It's just the diner. Then that's it. Yeah, and you all convene back in the cabin of...
Howdy, y'all. Gosh darn, took you damn long time. Ever get anything good?
Well, I had to make it like believable. You don't just like cry and stop crying. Most of the time when I start crying, it's like an hour or 2 hour thing, you know?
I guess that's a talent nowadays.
By the way, don't worry, everybody. My dog is A-okay.
Oh, good.
And I opened the bag.
Wouldn't want anything bad to happen to Oscar.
Oh, you got one of them quick meals on the go, huh?
Absolutely not. Oscar is not for eats. He's for cuddles.
Well, we got to get moving. I'm excited to hear what you found. And he reaches into like his jean pocket and pulls out a like folded into like a very small square, a hunk of papers, and he just kind of drops it on the nearest lap, whoever's closest to me. And you hear the truck gets thrown into drive as it hits someone's lap, and it lurches forward and immediately taking us on the road and moving us forward. I don't know what that is, but I bet you it's important.
Ooh, reading. I pass it over.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look. What did you find?
I'm not sure. I robbed that FBI agent's car up ahead.
I got some details.
Yeah. As you pull out, you see the FBI agent getting back into her car, and then you hear like some really loud swearing and like slamming of a door, looking around the car as you pull away.
And I kind of like, don't worry, I popped her tires. She ain't following.
Good man. Good stuff. Yeah, I picked up a few things. Not a lot, but enough to kind of get us a lead. I'm not sure what you gathered, but basically what I found out was that this man boarded the bus. He was sitting all the way in the back minding his business when there was a call to the driver saying that they had to change the route. The man got upset. He went up to talk to the driver, and the driver and him were exchanging words when suddenly the driver just became very agreeable, and he changed the route yet again. There was more conversation. He had a phone call. Another guy came up to accost him, and it what didn't go as planned. He demanded the man sit down, and the man just did it. And suddenly, there was the end of the phone call, and he changed the route again. Before you knew it, the driver, he had a fit, wrapped his vehicle around the tree, and the lady that I was talking to said that an ambulance, as far as she can remember, pulled up. It was like 20 seconds of shouting before they grabbed the man, they threw him in the back of a striped van, and they were gone.
I don't know about y'all. Well, that does certainly sound like somebody who was escaping an area under great problems. They said something was going on out in New York, and whoever may be pulling the strings of the things in New York didn't want him to go anywhere with that information, and now they may still have him. Sounds a lot like them old Camarillas that run shit out that way, and out this way, unfortunately.
Ew, the law. So, like, what? They're taking him back to New York?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's a couple of things that we can do based on what she said, that it might have been a legit ambulance. So we can check out ambulatory services to see if they had picked up anybody. Might be.
But like, why didn't they pick up anybody else?
That's the thing. I don't think it was there to pick up, a Rego Dego. They weren't there for the driver who messed his head up. They weren't there for everybody else. They were there for the Scott Cat.
That was a Camarilla prisoner transport extraordinaire.
Was it? We sure about that?
Ikemba.
I don't know if it would be Anarch.
Yeah, I'm thinking otherwise. I'm thinking that it might be something else.
Is it the sad people?
It could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm telling you, man, this reeks of hunters.
Well, I pat the paperwork that's sitting on Akemba's lap. Well, maybe that'll tell us a little bit more.
Yeah.
You've been looking through Akemba. Seems like a lot of jargon in here, but in between, reading in between the lines, the operation, it's pretty much certain parts of it laid out, like corroborates the story. It says grab blank body target at XYZ location in ambulance cover. And then it gives you a location.
Oh, here you go. And I'm gonna just pass over the piece, like the paperwork with the location.
Yeah. Looks like we got ourselves our own little destination change. All right. I'm wondering, like, what is it? What's the address? What does it say?
There is a safe house. It seems like a residential area in South Chicago.
Now, if you was a betting folk, if you are right and they weren't Camarilla and perhaps Hunter that was scooping this boy up, you think they might be taking him to here? And he, like, you know, pointing to the address, hands it off to Candy first, I imagine.
Does it actually use the term blank body?
Oh, it says blank body. Multiple times.
Yeah, that's Hunter lingo.
It says blank body type 1.
Yeah, do you think that they'd be referring to us as blank bodies if they were kindred?
Yeah, have yourself a point.
So what? Like, the coppers just like picked him up and took him away?
Probably to squeeze him for information. Just like you would have squeezed JR for information back. Well, that episode was a couple of years ago now, right?
Tim?
I'm sorry, like, I don't understand.
You know how to pick them smart ones, boy.
Tim?
I can't help it. I'm such a fan.
Trust me, when Tim picks, they're not usually smart.
You don't even know who I am, Candy.
So? You know who, like, I am, and I'm sitting here in your truck trying to get to know you. It's like a bonding experience.
JR, she might be the one for you.
Tim, I'm gonna punch you. I am.
I'm driving this vehicle.
The one for what? Oh my God, are you gonna let me come on your podcast? I have been waiting for JR to ask me on his podcast. Like, oh my God.
Did you not know that he had already talked about you on the podcast
Tim,
a couple of
come
times?
on, Tim.
I'm sorry. You've already talked about me? Well, then it's like a necessity for me to show up. Like, guest
listen.
appearance,
Oh
what
my
up?
He said you were like his own personal cryptid who escaped in the night.
That is like so romantic.
Romantic.
I know exactly how I'm cashing in my favor with Weatherbottom. I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Who's bottom?
Weather, Gusty Boy, the hurricane.
Oh, hurricane, yeah.
Yeah.
And as the bickering continues, we see the truck hurtle down the road towards this safe house. And today, that is where we end the episode. Thank you for watching.